What's going on, everybody? It's Moonshine, the Hillbilly Hellraiser. Dan to most of you. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Can't complain. Getting ready to hit the gym here. It's just about gym 30. Got my C4. Once again, feel free to sponsor me at any time. I will shill your swill for a modest fee, I suppose. But anyhow, of course, it's that time of year. The stacks are being built, the notes are being taken, and everybody and their mother has a best of end of the year list of stuff that they liked. I am no exception. I figure, what the hell? This is my favorite time of the year, really. You know, besides it being the holidays and Christmas and right past Halloween and everything. I love doing this crap. This is one of the main reasons why I started a channel. I wanted to start talking publicly about my affinity for heavy metal and underground metal and stuff like that. So it was just one, and doing reviews and stuff like that. It's kind of like, it's one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, so I wanted to, before I do my best of for the year, I did one with stuff that I missed, or EPs and stuff like that. So now I'm going to get into some honorable mentions. What's playing in the background is one of the albums that I'm going to talk about just very briefly. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time. I'm trying to use I'm trying to use the song as a timer of sorts. So hopefully I hit my marks. But this is the album Crimson Moon Evocations by the band Sepulchre Curse. Fantastic Finnish black and death metal band. That is Empress of the Death playing in the background. Fantastic stuff. Pretty much everything that I'm going to mention, I'm going to try again not to take up too much of your time, but it's all stuff that's excellent stuff. Just stuff that it was such a stacked year for releases. A lot of it just didn't make my list for the year. So yeah, man, so let's get into it. So next up on my list of, but definitely go check all this stuff out. Again, this is Crimson Moon Evocations by Sepulchre Curse. You know, it's you can see it's a little dark, especially in here, but you can kind of get the gist of it without the glare of my freaking camera and the jewel case. But it's on Dark Descent. Yeah, go check it out. Next up is from Canada's Revenge war metal band. This is Violation Strike Abominate. This came out on Seasons of Mist. A fantastic album. I mean, with Revenge, if you're familiar with Revenge, they have a very signature sound. It's very much ever present throughout the entirety of this album. Fantastic stuff. Another one that will get your test levels up 300 points. I said 30 last time, but you know, I'm an idiot, so you know, I screw things up quite a bit, but you get used to it if you listen to my channel and watch my videos. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Go check it out. Sorry, I glitched out for a second as I was getting this ready, because I'm going to do things this way. So next up on Hell's Headbangers, this release, this was really good. This was at the top of my list earlier in the year. But honestly, just so much good stuff came out this year, and stuff that I just liked a little bit better. It ended up just becoming an honorable mention, but worth noting nonetheless. A lot of people really love this album. We're talking up quite a bit, and for good reason. But this is Hexea's The Ancient Gaping Mouth. Again, out on Hell's Headbangers. Fantastic black and punk from Texas. Very good three-piece band. I believe that Daniel, am I getting the names correct? I believe he's also in another band I'm going to mention here in a moment. Jose Daniel De La Rosa. Yeah, he does guitar and drums in this. But fantastic stuff, and I guess I should just tie right into that real quick, and that's what I'm going to do. But he is also in this one. Also out on Hell's Headbangers, Eat the Decay, Nefarious Means, grindcore from Texas. A lot of people probably be familiar with this album. Joaba Francisco jamming out all badass from the YouTube channel that he's got. That's his band. Daniel's in it. Killer stuff. I love this stuff. It's fast, mean, aggressive. They don't get paid by the hour. This thing breezes right by, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. Definitely go check it out. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to hit my mark, so we're probably going to be you, me, the audience. That's the we here, not me and the voices in my head. I'm going to play another song here just to keep things rolling here. Next up, this was a fantastic release. It absolutely could have made my best of the year. This is Silent Echoes by Gruesome Echoes. Excuse me. Excellent release. Matt Harvey. What's the cat? The drummer. I can't remember what his name is, but he was a very big fan of Sean from Cynic, and this is like their tribute homage to. This is a lot of people have referred to it as if Death were to put out a new release today. This is what it would sound like. Definitely, you get no arguments from me. Just a fantastic album. Loved most of the stuff on here. Frailty, Condemned Identity, Voice Within the Void. They do a couple of instrumentals that sound like they could be right. They could have fit right in on Human. I mean, and that's one of my favorite Death releases. Just fantastic stuff. If you haven't heard this, go pick it up. It's Silent Echoes. It's on Relapse Records. Check it out. Very cool stuff. And next up is going to be. This came out very early in the year on Metal Blade, and this is the Ossuary Lens. Ossuary Lens by Allegiant. They're more of a tech death band, a little proggy, a little bit on the proggy side. Mentioning this, but really, I was almost thinking about doing a video of albums that I listened to, and maybe they were albums that didn't quite make my list, but they had very good songs on here that are definitely, as far as singles would be at the top of my list of things, as far as just a general single that somebody had put out. But they've got a couple of, forgive the word, but a couple of bangers on here. As a whole, the album is kind of like, it kind of just blends into the background for me as far as the style. I'm not a huge proggy tech death kind of guy and all the wankery and stuff like that. I don't really get into that too much. But as far as there's Wake Circling Above is a really good song. If you're not if you don't like any metalcore at all, if you just have a profound distaste for it, you're not going to like the song itself. It's got a very kill switch engaged feel to it. So if that's something that's going to turn you off, then forget I'm even saying anything about this. But that's a really good song. Dark Matter Dynamics. I believe it says they credit Adrian Belew, he's a pretty famous, like, I don't want to say like classical guitarist, but he's more like along the lines of like a Satriani or a Steve Vai or somebody like that, where he's a guitar, one of these Guitar Hero guys, but he's not a metal guy. But if that's the same Adrian Belew, that's actually, it's very cool. I didn't bother to look it up. But Dark Matter Dynamics is another very cool song, very cool toe tapper. Driftwood is decent, I would say. That's a good one. I've seen these guys before. I think they opened for Cattle Decapitation way back in I forget what year it was. But they were on one of those Decibel tours or some package deal that one of the big labels and what have yous were putting out. But I got to see them. They were really cool. Enjoyed them live. Went and picked this up, and yeah, It wasn't my favorite, but it had a couple of really good tracks on it, a couple of really good songs that I really enjoyed. Next up is Seven Songs for Spiders by Dax Riggs. You all know I love Acid Bath. You know I'm a big fan of Acid Bath. I love Dax's voice. He's got just a killer, soulful, emotive voice, very expressive. This isn't something, I did a review on it, and I titled it Moonshine's Not So Metal Reviews, because this isn't metal by any stretch of the imagination. It's like mood music. If you just want to sit around, relax, maybe just, have whatever sort of relaxing properties going on that you've got, whether it be candles in the background, or a warm bath, or shark blade, whatever, a nice drink or what have you, then this is kind of stuff that you could listen to in the background. Maybe have sitting in front of a fireplace or something, whatever stuff is just like, you just sitting there and you go, this is the kind of music that you could play and just kind of listen to it. It's very cool, very, very moody and emotive, a little more on the bluesy side of things, and yeah, it's bluesy, folky kind of stuff. That's, I think, more what Dax is into nowadays. That's what he's playing, besides doing the Acid Bath reunion, which is still going. So good for them. Good for everybody getting a chance to see them again. Would like to see a little bit better with set list if I get to see them again, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, by the way, we've missed our mark, or I've missed my mark by about 5 minutes, so that's not surprising. I'm surprised John Tenta, Prince IAK, and Scott Hall aren't yelling at me again, but then again, 2 of them are deceased, rest in peace, so they wouldn't be doing that anyway. So next up, this one is my buddy Paul Kreutz, Ka'ai, A Glimpse into a Violent Past. I love Ka'ai, Hawaiian death metal. Paul is a one-man project. He's a riff monster, a riff-making machine, very much in the hypocrisy vein of death metal. Lots of the lyrics are based in Hawaiian folklore and superstitions, tales of the homeland. Lots of stuff based on that, of Hawaiian history, of the wars and the tribal chiefs and things of that nature. Very cool stuff. Very much on the original side. It definitely a little bit. It's a different flavor than the normal death and destruction and demons and stuff like that. Paul definitely brings a different style to the death metal genre, which is very welcome. And not in the kind of way where it's just like you're praising it just because it's like freaking indigenous, whatever the hell, which is something I'll get into at a later time. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Paul's got a great growly, deep, gurgly, rumbly death metal growl, and again, the lyrics are really cool. Guitar riffs, he's got riffs for days on these things. It's good stuff. I honestly, personally, I would like 2 things in the future. If Paul, if you see this, these are my only 2 things I would say, is that I want to see you play live, and I'd love to see you get an actual drummer versus a drum machine. Even if you were to trade some of your newer stuff off, maybe outsource it to one of the fellows that you've made connections with, networking wise, within the metal YouTube community. I would love to see Paul get an actual drummer versus the drum machine. I know it's more of like a one-man thing, but that would be my personal opinions, and I would love to see him play live. I'd love to see all these different fests or shows and stuff that are occurring. If all the components could get put together and the stars could align, that we all get to see Paul play Ka'ai live. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. But anyhow, so that's that. And then finally, you got The Revenge of Alice Cooper by the Alice Cooper Band. This was really good. I enjoyed it. I like Alice Cooper, the progenitor of heavy metal and within the shock rock side of things. Uh, Love It or Leave It, definitely the inspiration for stuff like Marilyn Manson and Ghost. Probably Slipknot, all the very theatrical stuff between Alice Cooper and Kiss and bands like that. Yeah, it's definitely where a lot of this stuff came from. This is not heavy metal. This is definitely old school 70s hard rock combined with, there's even like some swing stuff in there. There's bubblegummy pop kind of stuff. It's good. Some of that I could have took it or left it. But a fantastic release nonetheless. Black Mamba is a really good song on here. I would say probably Money Money Screams. Yeah, it's it's very good. My main criticism of it was long. It was just so long. Even towards the end, there's a final track, hidden track on here that's kind of, it sounds like it belongs on a Broadway musical, but no, it's good stuff. I mean, the fellas are still rocking well into their 70s and pushing 80s or whatnot. So you got to give them credit for that. They're still doing their thing. It sounds like Cooper. If you like Alice Cooper, then you'll like this. But yeah, man, I probably should not have put a time stamp. I should have probably not put a time limit on what I was doing here because it took me way longer than I expected. But yeah, that's what I do. I just babble incessantly. And yeah, so that's some of my honorable mentions, and then eventually I'm gonna, sooner than later, I'm gonna get into my best of the year. I think I'll probably, I kind of got a general idea. Maybe I'm kind of half-assed thinking about substituting one for another, taking one off for another. But I think by and large, I pretty much got my list. I just wanted to. There were a few releases that came out. I wanted to see how they stacked up against everything else I've listened to this year. And yeah, and then I'll have my thing going, and people can like it, leave it, don't listen to it, don't watch, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, man, so that's what I got for you. That's my honorable mentions for the year. Go check out all these albums, and while you're at it, go check out all of these. Again, a list of fantastic stuff. I heard a ton of stuff this year. Some stuff I don't even think I remember hearing it. There's like a Gold by Scour, Phil Anselmo's black metal band. I completely forgot about it. I saw people starting to put on their best of list. I was like, oh shit, we'll listen to that. I bought it. I haven't. I forgot completely about it. But I legitimately, I listened to a lot of new releases this year. So it was a lot to go through for me. Some of which I completely forgot about. But it is what it is. Anyhow, so that is what I got for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you go check out all these bands. Hope you come back and check out my best of the year lists. Go check out my other video with the stuff that I missed this year. And yeah, let me know what you think. Beyond that, yeah, that's what I got for you. I got maybe one or two other things I might be doing. Maybe one or two other release reviews for the end of the year. And yeah, then that's it for the end of the year. Then we're heading to Christmas, and then the year we'll call it a wrap, son. But yeah, man, so that's that. So this is Dan Moonshine, thanking you for joining Moonshine Talking. As always, stay sick, stay heavy, stay brutal. Always tuck your chin upon impact. Don't forget to breathe. Everyone have a good one. Take it easy, and I will catch you on the next video. Later.